Yes, guys, welcome back to the Once You're In podcast, season 3, and it is just a OG episode with myself and Reese today. We were going to have Josh Jenkins on the podcast, which is Reese's assistant coach, co-coach. What do you call him?
It's weird, co-coach.
I call
because
Noah my assistant coach.
Yeah, because co-coach is like
on the same level, and he's way under
Josh
you.
and Noah,
like they know their place.
Yeah, they should know exactly where they
I
stand.
say assistant coach.
Okay, so yeah, but you almost, I think co-coach sounds easier to say, but yeah, Josh
I end up saying
Jenkins.
cock.
My cock.
Yeah.
Oh, hey Josh, I know you're my coach. Co-coach.
I'll say, like, if you want to be coached by my cock, I mean my co-coach Noah.
It's actually cheaper.
Yeah, it's cheaper if you want to be coached by my cock.
Yeah, but no, we're coming in. Josh had a bit of car troubles. We originally were going to have another guest on. We're not going to mention the names. We're going to mention the names.
Really
it's
big,
surprise.
really big surprise.
Really big name. Yeah, we're going to have him on. So spoiler alert, it's a boy. And then we had to move around because. Oh yeah, we don't know. Maybe. I reckon he's a they at least.
It wouldn't surprise me if he was a they. If he came out as a they, I honestly,
if you were to say a couple of years, like he's a bit quirky, isn't he? So basically, Oasis Zero, fair enough.
Yeah, didn't get you on because it was like £2.49. I was like, I'm not.
What flavour? Like is it?
Summer fruits.
No,
it's zero flavour.
Zero flavour.
Taste of zero.
So yeah. So Josh was going to be on. He had a few car troubles. He was seeing a girl, and he now hasn't seen her. It was the first time I was supposed to meet her. So I was like, oh, unlucky mate. And funniest thing is, it happened on the road, or like similar to the road. Did I tell you this? Don't know if it happened on the same road that the guy came into me.
Oh really?
Yeah. So leaving Cardiff, I can't remember the road off the top of my head, but some guy crashed into me. Small Calder. 75 years old from like down south.
That was his name, by the way, guys. His name was Small.
Yeah, his name was Small. Bellend, fuck you. Genuinely, like I really don't like you. I like Josh.
Can't say that if he's watching.
No, I really dislike him. Had the cheek of coming into me and then trying to blame it was my fault.
Coming into you?
Yeah, Small came into me, but trust me, he wasn't Small, guys. Oh, what a bad start to the podcast. So yeah, Josh had a bit of an incident. First time meeting a girl. Now he hasn't met her. Let's see where that transpires. And he's also missed out on training with us, and also
things like that happen.
He's also missed out on training with us and jumping on the podcast. So Josh will be on.
You see what he put this morning? So I put on my story. I did my walking chat, and I was like, Josh has bottled it. And then he put on his story like, Finn didn't get the memo. I'm not on the podcast. And he put like, you obviously didn't get the memo, mate. I've had car issues. And I messaged him. I said, watch the story, you gimp.
Yeah.
And then he watched it back. He went, oh fuck. He's like, I look like a right twat.
Yeah.
Like, you are a right twat.
Yeah.
And then I messaged him in voice. I was like, are you telling me you don't watch all of my stories all the way through? So yeah, Josh thought that I thought he was on, but I know I'm ahead of the game.
Yeah, I sent you a voice note. I didn't want it where, like, I don't know, maybe I said to you we could have got X person on. When I said his name.
I'm not messing.
But then,
about.
no, it's a bit of a mess. And anyway, we plan to do it. And to be fair, we've said this doesn't actually make a difference to the people that listen. But we said that we need to do the podcast on the weeks we do physio, probably the night before, which is sound.
So today is Wednesday night, not Thursday morning.
Yeah, so it's going to be like.
You can tell. Does the lighting look different?
We've said it's a bit brighter, but I think it's because it's dark outside.
Yeah.
But either way, we are post legs. We've just trained legs. We'll do a bit of a catch up, and then we'll go into the questions in a separate episode. So yeah, post legs. We've had 3 sessions at Derby. Jacob, we are so sorry. We will be back at Be Modified soon. But we've kind of run like a rotation at Ultraflex. I was away.
Said we wanted to, didn't we? Just to check like sessions that we wanted to definitely train there.
Yeah, I was away on Saturday, Sunday, so I didn't do Saturday, Sunday, and Friday. So I didn't do the weekend sessions at Ultraflex Derby. I did them in Scotland. I will get into that in a short while. But either way, when it comes to today, legs, we had Sam filming. It was a very, very good session. We've got a slightly different sort of session breakdown just based off not even what we need, but more so injury management and stuff.
Like one movement, really, isn't it? You do the pendulum and I do the hack.
Yeah.
Everything else we do the same, really.
Yeah. I think we said on the last podcast, I don't know if we did actually, the Ultraflex Derby for legs is probably, hands down, the best gym that I've probably trained at.
Yeah, Rotherham has got. Well, to be fair, Rotherham hasn't got the Gymleco pendulum.
Yeah, I don't.
And I really like that.
Or the new Atlantis hack.
No, that's true. Yeah,
compound,
the two compound bits that we do use.
Yeah.
It hasn't got the Gymleco 45-degree leg press, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
I used that on Saturday, and so that's the session that I trained with Owen. And we did, the main compounds, we did the Gymleco pendulum and then the Gymleco 45-degree leg press, and both of them felt like incredible. The leg press was so nice, like just really, really smooth, like all quad, like got so much out of it. So yeah, that was good. But yeah, today, so basically the only difference is I do the Atlantis hack after the Cybex squat press, and I do 1 set on the squat press, 2 sets on the hack,
Yeah.
and then Reece does 2 sets on the squat press, 1 set on the pendulum. But are you going to do the pendulum on a Saturday, or
no?
you do a leg press and a hinge, don't you?
So yeah, it depends on how things fall. To be fair, once I'm actually like fat again, I'll probably do that session. If I'm pulling from the floor, most likely it'd be modified. But if you're training with Owen or whatever,
fake
like
plates,
huh?
Fake plates,
Fake plates. Yeah, no, it's just the setup. The bar feels good and stuff like that. But that being said, that session for me, I could do anyway. It's a hinge, as long as there's a barbell. That's cool. If I'm pulling from the floor, I'll be a bit more specific.
Well, that's what we said, didn't we? Monday we'll probably train at B modified because we do a bent row now.
Yeah.
Now that my back's not too bad, I'm just having to take it a little bit easy.
Yeah.
Doing a deficit buddy row.
Yeah.
But like it's a nobody row really.
Yeah.
Although it is, it's still quite buddy.
The top sets was a little bit.
It was very. I want it to be.
Oh, I got called out on my rows.
If they were shit.
No. You know Yemi.
Yeah.
He commented like that Lou guy, Lou Rhino.
Yeah.
In the content chat, he did like 140 for 15 and 180 for 12, like relatively like it was all right, but like it wasn't amazing.
He's strong though.
He is strong. Yeah, he is strong. And like Yemi tagged me saying like this, bro, like trying to like tell me how to row, and I'm like, I'm sorry, Yemi, I know you're a pro, but like. Yeah, I think I know how to row a little bit, and then also Lou, I've done way more than I've done 140 for 20. Like when it comes to like a strict row, I read it and I was just like, huh, what?
Were they better than yours?
The back off was it was. He's been rowing for a long time, like in a regular.
Yes or no? Just say yes. You're allowed to be worse at something. It's
no,
okay.
no. I wouldn't say they're worse. He had objectively.
Would you say yours were better than James Hollingshead's four plate row?
I haven't seen James Hollingshead 4 plate row. Was it good?
So
yeah. Oh, mine's definitely buddy row, but
so
also
much better than yours.
But also, mate, I'm not gonna claim.
I wish I could train with.
I'd hate to say like. So you're gonna say, I'm gonna have the cleanest form in the world. I'm not Jack Piad. I couldn't give a fuck.
Who's that?
Does he even exist anymore? No, but I think he actually does.
If he listens.
Yeah, I think I'm blocked by him, so I doubt he's really listening.
I'm not blocked by him.
Piad, if you're watching this, mate, like, enjoy.
Good to know you still exist.
Good to know you still exist, bro. After being cancelled numerous times in like 2020, 2021.
Yeah, I think.
But yeah, I'm not the kind of guy to claim like if you were to call me out on my hinges, I'd be like, no, my hinges are good. If you were to call me out on anything else, I'd be like, this is good. My bent rows are bent rows. I'm not going to argue and go die and so this is the best form ever.
That is literally why. Obviously, we spoke about buddy reps came about with like lateral raises, didn't they as well? But like. That is literally why we termed it buddy rows, because it's like no one gives a shit what your rows look like. Just bend over and row, make sure it feels pretty good through your back, and don't overthink it. Like that is literally why we termed it buddy rows, and it's pretty mental how that's taken off. Like I have a client in Canada
yesterday,
and he. Like when he first started, he was like, "I really want to have buddy rows in my program," and he was like being serious. Like he just calls them buddy rows, and like a couple of I can hear his mates in the background, like when he's doing his rows, and they're like, "Come on, buddy rows!" Like it's like that's mental.
It is funny because that's one thing that we've said a few things that have caught on, but that's definitely like I'll see it from people that
I don't think follow us or anything. Yeah,
and I'm like, what? Like and they might not even seen it from us, but they were probably seeing it from somebody they follow. Maybe us, but maybe someone else, maybe one of our clients or something like that. And it is quite funny because it's one of those where like
I think people almost think we're taking the piss as well. Like I commented on Keefe's post, just buddy, because he was doing buddy rows. Have you seen them? Like his rows, they're buddy rows. They're fucking strong though.
Yeah, oh mate, I saw it actually, the 200 one. Yeah, stupidly strong.
I know,
ridiculously strong.
I put buddy, and like he put something like wait until the back shots. Like so, I think mate, like keep me and Keefe sound. I think he was like kind of like having a bit of a joke, but. Some people will think, oh, Finn's saying that his rows are bad. Like, no, I couldn't look at his back. Couldn't give a fuck about his form. Like, he's really strong and his back's a joke.
The king of buddy rows is original AJ Morris.
AJ Morris, yeah.
The worst buddy rows. Like, he absolutely butchered They're like, buddy rows.
But that's why, like, again, AJ's got a good back.
Yeah,
like,
no, you
can't say it's only because of that. Like, it's not like, oh, the reason that Keefe's got a good back is because of those rows, or the reason that this person's got a good back is because of those rows. But like we said before, like success does leave clues, and if you're able to hinge over and row, even with relatively shoddy form, 3-4 plates plus, even just hanging in that lengthened range with 3-4 plates plus is difficult. Like you said, you changed it from a dead stop to just a bent row. You were battered from it because of the eccentric loading.
And like my back the following day, like even now, like my traps are still battered. You know,
that deficit row with the pause, like it does feel really, really good, and it just takes out that momentum. Like it's not like, obviously I'm not using a lot of load, but that's what I need to do with my back at the minute. But like in terms of how it actually feels for a row, it feels better than just doing a standard buddy row.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. How did it feel to be back?
All right, yeah, felt good. Just battered me the following day.
And they weren't as good as lose.
No, they weren't as good as lose, and therefore I need to copy what Yemi said. So cheers, Yemi. Thanks, mate. That really meant a lot. So yeah, that was that. But otherwise, yeah, the week's been sound. I was away. I had actually a question. I've already read through the questions, so spoiler alert. But I had a question regarding my trip to Edinburgh. Not Edinburgh, sorry. Wasn't Edinburgh. Glasgow. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what have we done in this past week? Your main thing is that you went away. So tell us about it. Tell us why,
That's
who,
why.
when, and where.
That's why I brought it up.
And please don't go down like, oh, the Airbnb was so bad. It wasn't that bad. You were playing up to that on your social media.
I really wasn't, mate. I've never played up to it. When have I ever put up a story?
Mate, you put on about 100 stories about it. It wasn't that bad.
It was, mate. It was very, very rough.
Well, then fair enough.
Put
a few stories.
I put like 3 or 4. Finn, this is coming from someone's content who was horrendous during prep. I've seen that canal more times than I've seen anything. I've seen your car more times than I've seen anything.
Mate, I love my car.
No, I'm not saying you do, but that Airbnb was shocking.
Yeah,
like,
but
really
I
bad.
wouldn't take 50 photos of my car in one day.
I think you pretty much might have during prep. And definitely that canal. I've seen that canal 45
No, the canal is just
times.
when I go on a walk in the morning.
Okay, fair enough.
What do you want me to go on a different walk?
No, but maybe not put a story up.
Mate, it's about I'm trying to promote my personality.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you not know? It's
and
about,
then Finn, after every workout and like prep, it was like post push.
It was
and
4
a reel
photos. No, it was never a reel.
It was you used to do a reel in the original Be Modified.
I never did a post workout reel.
No, it wasn't a post workout reel, but you'd be like
a video, a slight video.
Yeah, it was like body weight 0.03 pounds down from the previous update. No, but it was like physique update, and it's like the same weight as you were 3 days ago. That was the same reel as you put 3 days ago.
I wasn't doing it to be like, oh guys, like loads have changed.
No, but I put it up there, mate, and more so as well. It's actually funny because I actually got a few messages saying like you should put more stuff up because I rarely ever talk to the camera, which I probably should.
Go down a canal every morning.
Just talk about canal. Yeah, and then Josh doesn't listen.
Exactly.
No one listens.
No, but like you put like 2 stories on, and I was like, oh yeah, that looks a bit grim. And then I feel like there was like another 20 stories. Maybe it's because I was on your close friends.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I put a few on my close friends. But actually, if I was to go on my archive now, it's not.
It was a bit.
It's not that many. But either way, the Airbnb was pretty
shit. Who's on your close friends?
Do you want me to go through the names?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I guess them?
Yeah, sure. Let me get it up. So I have 25 people on my close friends on Instagram. I don't even know how I check. Do I go? Yeah, I go stories, and then I go story settings. Right. So 27 people.
Me.
Obviously.
Sanaya.
Yes.
Your mum?
No.
Jack Eagles?
Yes.
Josh Croggan?
Yes.
Sam?
Let me see.
Sam
Croggan.
George?
Do I have Croggan? Yeah. Sam George is on there. Yeah.
Josh Jenkins?
Yep.
Tim?
No.
Stewart?
No.
Josh Campbell?
Oh, don't have Josh Campbell. I'll add Josh.
Is he a close friend?
Oh no, Josh Campbell is on there. Yeah. Josh Campbell. I'm sorry, that's his name.
A fair few of your clients like Gulliver, Hubert.
Don't have Gulliver. Have Hubert. Do you want me to go through the name? Do you want me to go through the name?
Gulliver, sorry mate.
No.
Gulliver.
It was only the ones that I said. I've only ever in my entire life. I've only ever posted like 3 stories on my close friends, and I've made the list like 6 months ago. So
my list is literally you, Shannon, and I think that's it.
So
my mum.
Okay, so it's Jamie, so my best mate growing up.
Yeah.
Actually, my best mate, fully, like best mate, love him to bits. So much more than you, mate. Deanna, Comran, Josh Strutt, Christopher Coles, Joe Kerr, Yemi, Mark Anthony Els.
Yemi.
Fuck Yemi. Yeah, Yemi, you're getting off that. Evolution Training, so Tom, Mitch Starr, Mark Hodson. Love Mark Hodson. Mark Hodson's a good guy. Nathan Stacey, Deck Challoner. Josh Croggan, Jacob Delata, so Be Modified, Davis, Hubert, Joe Gann, Josh Doherty, Sam George, Conor Flanagan, Jack Eagles, Josh Campbell, Josh Jenkins, Sanaya, Finley Roberts, and Finn Kelly, coach.
Gulliver.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Gul. You should probably be on there. There should be a fair few. So if you want to be on my close friends and you're like a client or actually know you, yeah, maybe message me. I made the list, and it was the ones I've suggested, so the ones that actually I speak to technically on social media. But yeah, I'll put a few stories up. Anyway, when it comes to the actual place, we went to Glasgow. Now we went to Edinburgh last year, summer sort of time. I did like a little Xmas. What the fuck am I going on about? Xmas summer meetup with a few prep clients, which was quite cool. So I had 3 Scottish lads that were prepping. Gulliver was one of them, unfortunately. Finley was, and then Musa was, but Musa sacked me. So Musa, you're not getting on that close friends list. You're not on that close. You're not even a friend anymore, bro. I'm surprised I even follow you. Probably blocked. No. So to be fair, some coaches do that.
I know. It's sad.
Anyway, we went to there. We went to Edinburgh, and I thought
nice.
Edinburgh's really nice.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, Glasgow would be sound. Awful, really, really bad.
Noah said that you asked him like, "Oh, do you live in Glasgow? Like, do you live in a nicer part than this?" And he was like, "Nope, I live down the road."
And I was like, "Sound? Yeah, fair enough, mate." So yeah, so it wasn't a very nice place.
Paisley,
Yeah,
Paisley.
and talking about that gym, we get into some juicy details regarding that gym. Not really. It's just a bit weird. So yeah, so basically we were there for the weekend. Sanaa had a posing event with Erin Thompson. I think it's Erin Thompson. I think it is. And that was Saturday. So I think it went really well. Apparently, it was like 40 girls though, and she didn't want to bring Amy.
So it was all her clients.
Oh, yeah, no, it was like some of Sanaya's, but then most of it was Erin's, which is wicked to think like she had like that many clients that were like all competing, posing. That's really, really good.
She's quite well known, though, isn't she?
Yeah, I wouldn't really think like I never really saw her account. Like I follow her, but she has like over 100k followers, and she's got a load. Yeah, she's got a load of clients. But I think it's one of those when you don't engage with somebody. I haven't seen a story of her in. Because I don't see her stuff. No, so it's like one of those. But I know she looks really good. I know she's actually like pretty, like she's a good athlete. So as a result, yeah, she's a pro. So if you're a pro, you have to be really, really, really good.
Yeah, I've got loads of clients.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so that was on Saturday. I think it went really well from what Sanaa said. She was pretty battered afterwards. And I was planning on training at Future Fitness, which I've had clients there before. I actually had a guy bump into me after I went to the toilet the other week. Do you remember last week? Where he spoke to me about about Future. And we were literally like a 10-15 minute walk and a couple minute drive. So I was going to walk there, but then I put up a story and I had like Josh, Finley, and like 2 or 3 other lads that like were requests being like, come to Pro Life, it's so much better. And the kit was really good, but the people and the way the gym was ran, fucking hell, I'm stunned that like the gym's as popular as it is, because it was worse than Warehouse.
I think it is like
so much worse than Warehouse.
I think it's the best gym around by a mile. So it's like almost like you go and the
but it was just
owners
so odd,
maybe
like,
not great. The people that work there is not great, but it's just the
gym was good kit wise. But like, if I said to Finn the following day, because he asked how it was, or Monday, and I was like, if there was a gym that was around the corner or Future was like a 5-minute walk, I would have literally have said, can I have my day pass back? Like, I'm not fucking training. Like, this is stupid. So sorry guys if you're watching, but I'm not really sorry. You guys, like the people that work at Pro Life Fitness, bell ends. I don't think I'll ever be back, so I don't really care.
I'm gonna go because I want to go and see Josh and Noah.
Yeah.
So I don't think you bell ends.
No, this is the words of me, not Finn. Finn definitely didn't laugh and go.
Cut all this out.
I'll just blank Finn out. Edit Finn out. This is just my opinion.
Just blur me out.
But no, so we went there Saturday, and like I walked in and immediately Finley, Morgan, and his mate. I'm sorry, mate. I don't know what your name is off the top of my head. But they walked over to me, and like I was in the mix of like buying a day pass, and I think because they were chatting to me, it was like, you know, where you like chatting, but you're also trying to pay for a day pass, and they were just all the people, the PTs and stuff, were just at the reception, almost just looking at me a bit funny. So I paid my day pass, and I was like, it is what it is. Gone upstairs. Bearing in mind, we've come in, we didn't even know how to get through. We waited by this like glass reception bit, and they said, come around. So it's clear we've never been there before. We went upstairs, and I put my bag down. So now I had a bag down. Bearing in mind, we literally have our bags over our shoulders when we're walking around. I think I'm holding mine. And we start doing a few minutes of steps. I do like 5-10 minutes before. And the woman, I say woman, she was a girl, probably in like her early 20s, comes up and goes, and she was actually all right. She goes, excuse me, guys, it's a policy. You can't have gym bags on the gym floor. Bearing in mind, by the treadmills, there is nothing. There's not like a trip hazard. It's not tight. It's like, okay, cool. I said, yes, that's fine. Where can we put them? She goes, in the lockers downstairs. So I was like, okay, cool. It's downstairs. Can I put them in the locker when I've done my steps? I'll be like 5 minutes, and then I'll be a few minutes because I'd already done a minute or 2 at this point. And she was like, no, it's policy. Do it now, pretty much. And I was like, right, fucking hell, okay, fair enough. Like forward, I don't mind. Like if someone's forward and straight, I'd rather that than them kind of sketch around it. Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. I had my mega pump, so I literally like scooped 2 scoops of that. Like maybe I had done a minute.
10.
Yeah, at least 10 scoops. Did 5 minutes of steps. Did 2 bits of form feedback. No, I literally just kind of, I might have walked for another minute. And bearing in mind, I then come down the stairs. I've gone round and I saw Noah. And I think there was one other lad that was with Noah. Noah was maybe jumping with someone, and they both like gave me a fist bump. And I think at this point, Sanaa had gone to reception, and because a few people had already come up to me while I was like walking up the stairs, another guy, 17-year-old ginger kid, sorry, like I don't know his name. Noah. Yeah, sorry, no, you just look really small. Another ginger kid from Scotland. They're all gingers, really weird. Gulliver, Noah, this ginger kid.
Josh is actually ginger. He dyes his hair.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he came up to me and gave me a fist bump. So I was like, I think a few people come up to me and they probably were like, "Who the fuck's this guy? Like, why is he walking in like with his bag on?"
Yeah,
and then
probably walking about like you own the place as well. Like
yeah, definitely. No. And I stood on the stairs, and this.
Were you waddling like you're massive, like most people do?
Like one person does who shouldn't.
A lot of people do it.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, so basically, a guy came up to me. PT must have been like honestly like 55.
This
60
is irrelevant.
Kilos.
What body weight he is?
No, mate. He came up to me. It's not irrelevant. It's one of those.
Irrelevant.
It's not. It's when you're if that was outside and somebody spoke to, let's say, somebody who wasn't very friendly. He would have got knocked out with how he spoke to him. I swear down, he would have got punched in the face. And that's not me saying it in a way of he was 55 kilos. It's one of those where he was tiny and he was coming up to somebody who, in a gym situation, I'm not going to fucking say anything, but I'm going to be like.
But also, it doesn't matter whether he's tiny or if he was 120 kilos, would it have been alright how he spoke to you? No, it would have been just the same.
No. But I think it puts things into perspective where I think there should be an element of gym respect when you're clearly somebody who knows what they're doing in the gym and you've already been spoken to by somebody, and it's not where it's like I'm a complete beginner walking in with fucking jeans on and like work boots. Yeah, if that's the case, then fair enough. Chat to me and be like, bro, what the fuck are you wearing? Yeah. That's what I mean in the way of like he clearly just didn't really have much respect for anybody. And I think at the same time, I'm not going to say, I said to you, you don't need to lay out a red carpet for me, but just don't talk to me like a bellend, especially if you look at me and go, he knows what he's doing. I'm not going to be an idiot in a gym. Apart from my buddy Rose, according to Yemi.
You probably saw that.
Yeah, he saw him and Yemi are best mates. He just tagged me and was like, this guy's Rose as shit. So yeah, so basically he comes up to me and he like literally walked downstairs and he's like, bag's not allowed on the gym floor. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm literally on the way. Like, I was on the way, just this guy said hi. And he was like, yeah, you better be. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck, man? I was like, I'm literally going there now. And he was like, yeah, you better be in the locker right now. I was like, okay, sound, cheers. And at this point, Sanaa was by the reception and all of them were just staring at me. So I put my gym bag back, all that sort of stuff, and it was sound. But like, I've had a few messages off like they don't allow videoing in certain places.
Yeah, they don't. It is. I know Josh has had like, a lot of issues with them before.
Yeah, it's really, really odd. And like when I was in the leg room, because the leg room's in a separate room, there was a few of the PTs, and like it was literally the people that were training in the leg room. It was quite flattering, but also at the same time, I wanted to crack on with the session. There was like Josh came in to say hi, which is sound. I get on well with Josh. Same with Noah. But there was a few of like their friends who like there was probably maybe 10 people. A lot of them are
their clients.
Yeah, and they all knew who I was, which is lovely. But when like people are coming up to me, all the PTs were almost a bit like, again, not like irritated, but they were just a bit like almost a bit just puzzled, and you could just see they were just like staring at me like, this is a really weird vibe. So I still cracked on, still got a good session, but it was like after like the first 15-20 minutes I was like, I'd just walk out of here if there was a gym around the corner. Like this is very, very odd. Like I'd be literally like, no, sound good to see you, mate.
How was it for Sanaya?
Sanaya thought the same. Like Sanaya, like kind of can luckily hide, like and just crack on with her stuff. But she noticed it because she noticed it more so when she wasn't training with me because she did a few exercises that were a bit different, where she'd be like, "Fucking hell!" Like she can't keep her like eyes off you, but like looking at you like, "What are you doing setting up a tripod? Yeah. What are you doing adding more plates to that? Let's say leg press." It was almost like I shouldn't be training hard, and I found that in a gym that has full Cybex, like really good kit,
a lot of good equipment.
Really, really, really weird. Like I would have hated to have like deadlifted, and like I guarantee one of the PTs would have been like, can you put the deadlift bar down quieter, or can you not drop it? And I'd be like, fuck off, you're 55 kilo PT, I'm deadlifting 325. Do you not know I'm massive in comparison to you, bro?
That's what you're like.
Nah, definitely, I'm so like that. So yeah, so it was just a bit of a weird vibe, but we trained in Manchester on the way up on Friday, did a bit of shopping on the way up.
EP.
Yeah, EP, which was sound. The owner came up to me, gave me a fist bump and was like, didn't want to interrupt you while you were training.
He's sound,
mate. Yeah, he's a sound dude.
Is his name Ant? Is his name Ant?
I'm not sure what his name is.
I feel like his name's Ant.
Is your name Ant, mate? Are you not going to be listening?
He will be watching.
Yeah, definitely. EP owner.
He'll be one of the 814 Spotify followers or 533 subscribers. And if he's not, then someone message him and tell him to be. And if you're not, you know what to do.
Yeah. So yeah, other than that, everything's all good.
What did you do at EP?
We did upper. So first time full sending. I said yay. Fucking alright. So yeah.
The reason Reese just laughed is that every time we do a new clip when the camera cuts out, we have to say, Sam, this is clip 2 or clip 3 or
and
whatever.
I've been promoted.
Whatever clip it is. I do it every time, but I said, you can do it if you want. And he was buzzing.
Like, I was like, yes, come on. I'm upgrading in my podcast ability. So yeah, so we trained upper. I did the Cybex shoulder press. I did 9 plates for the first time. Like, I've done it before for, I think, a 1 rep max, like, in 2022. And I got it for a good set of 5. And it goes to show, like, it's quite funny. Like, my shoulder is definitely a lot better now, which is really good. And it goes to show also how much it's been holding me back over the probably last year. Because realistically, my pec was injured in January when I was in Canada last year. And then since then, this whole, like, left side's just been a bit meh, like, delt into pec and then pec into delt, whatever, and as a result, like, my pressing has been very, like, suboptimal. Like, I press 5 plates with a reverse band on the Smith, stuff like that. Like, my pressing's still been good, but I'm like 12 kilos down from, like, my heaviest. I also haven't pressed at all, like, in a heavy, or somewhat even, like, I haven't really even pressed that much. Like, the last time that I really dumbbell pressed, or did actually any proper press, which the only movement I could do was a dumbbell press, was in Vegas. And then after that, it was just getting worse and worse. And I literally didn't press for like 2.5 to 3 months. So for me to be a hell of a lot of body weight down, for me to not press and then get a lifetime best on a movement, I'm like, shit.
I think it is one of those movements though where you can, like, you can get a lot of load on there for like a low rep.
But
set.
even like the Atlantis chest press yesterday, you know, like, I've never done 8 on that before, and that was with a pause, and that felt really good. Like, I remember, like, doing that with Danny Howarth. Don't know if he's Danny Howarth.
He exists?
Does he still exist? We love you, Danny. I remember doing that with Danny in prep for both of us when he wanted to hop into an earlier show and he was fat. And he actually looked really good on stage, to be fair, looked really good. But he was fat and he was like, I'm going to do this show in 3 weeks. And me and Jack were like, please don't. Please don't, mate. But yeah, we did that. And I remember doing like 7.5. And obviously, like, I was actually similar weight, to be fair. But like, that was an absolute battle. Like, no pause. It was very like, yeah, buddy. Like, we both just had a bit of fun on that. But yeah, it's really good. Like, my shoulder's in a good spot. Training like really well, which is nice. So yeah, happy days. That's out. We trained at EP. Then we trained at Pro Life. EP's a lot better, mainly because of the staff and no 55 kilo P2. Fuck that dude.
How much do you think he actually weighed?
Honestly, mate, like, I wouldn't say any heavier than that. Like 60 kilos. He was really, like, just, I'm not even saying he's small, just like.
How tall was he? 6'3".
Nah, he was like 5'2", so he's actually jacked. No, he's like, you know, he's like probably 5'8", 5'9". Just his demeanour.
Was it Josh? You sure it wasn't Josh Campbell?
No. Josh Campbell would, his accent, he'd just mumble.
Yeah.
He'd be like, and I'd be like, oh, and then he'd just start saying way pace and talk about haggis and bagpipes and.
All he talks about is haggis.
I will say though, Josh is actually he's a really nice chap, because he sent me, like, the following day he was like, go here for a walk.
Yeah, he is thoughtful.
He like sent me like a list of things to do, and I was like, thank you for that, mate. Like, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
And he like sent a voice note, and it was just like, just being kind, and I was like, that's nice, because I would never do that. I would just be like, Sam, mate, have a good time.
That is one thing.
I'd
like,
say something.
To be fair, I think I am thoughtful, but I put my work before anything else.
Yeah.
So like, I'll have an idea like, oh, I should do that. Like, I should message my mum, or I should message whoever. But then I'm like, but I've got clients to get back to. I just need to do that, and then I forget. Like the other day, so you know Matt, my like best mate from back home, my best mate.
Yeah.
His birthday's on Friday.
Yeah.
So I messaged him. I was like, I know his birthday's soon. I was like, it's the 9th of February. So I was like, when's that? I was like, oh, it's Friday. I was like, I'll message him and see if he's doing it.
Yeah.
Like, if he's free for like any time at the weekend.
Yeah.
And like, I messaged him and like, I'm gonna see him on Friday now. And I was
nice.
That's from like thinking like, right, I should just message him. Whereas like before, I'd think it and be like, oh, let me just get back to my clients, and then when I've cleared my WhatsApp, I'll get back to it. And my WhatsApp never gets cleared because you're constantly doing stuff. So it's like, okay, I never get round to it.
I'm like that with my grandma currently. I said to her that we go out for a meal, like after Christmas, like before New Year's, and then I saw her like start of January, in Morrison's. That's where she works. So my grandma, my dad's side, so I don't really have much of like a connection other than like a text message or seeing her. And she was like, oh yeah, we need to sort something out. I was like, yeah, I'll message you tonight. I have a message to a whole month later. Still message up Margaret. I'm so sorry. She's
lovely. Watching this,
yeah, Margaret. If you're watching this, I'm so sorry. So yeah,
can we borrow your son for the podcast, please, Margaret?
Yeah, the urn, if that's okay. Yeah, I'm probably not very nice. One of my grandma's dead, and the other one I haven't messaged. I told her I would.
One of my grandma's dead. The other one just annoys me now.
Really?
She was sound when I was growing up. Yeah, I hope she's not watching, but she
lost her marbles. Like, she probably
a little bit. She's a bit annoying. Like, I feel like last time I saw her, I was with Shannon, and it was like I'd probably been with Shannon like a few months, quite early days, and I needed to get off. I was like,
she was like, "This one's way uglier than the last one."
Yeah, she was like, "Good old days." So get rid of it.
The last one was way better.
Yeah, no, she was basically she lives in Leeds, and I needed to get home. Like, I think it was probably like 6-7 p.m. and I was like, we're not staying over. So I was like, I need to get going really. Yeah. I was like, right, we're gonna have to get off. we'd gone out for a meal, and like everyone else was there, so like my sisters and their partners and stuff. And I was like, right, me and Shannon are going, and she just went, okay, and turned her back on us. Like she was fuming, didn't say bye, didn't like give us a hug or anything. She was like, all right, as if we'd like really offended her that we were going. So like since then I've been like, fuck off, I can't be asked.
My great grandma, she died about 10 years ago. Every time I used to go around, the last time I went round, she proper lost her. Like she was all over the place. She'd just say the same story. She'd tell you like the same story about, I can't even remember, but I must have heard the same story like 18 times, and it was like, bless her, but like she's fucked. She thought the last time I went round that I was my mum's boyfriend. She was like,
well,
is this a new
surprise
one?
me, you do sleep with her.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm literally like 12 years old, and I'm like, no, what the fuck? I'm 12 years old. Why would my mum, who's 40, be with a 12-year-old boy? It's so odd. Maybe that's what my mum was into before me. Young boys.
My uncle, I think, did Uncle Fred die the other day? Someone died the other day.
Good to know.
I think Auntie Thelma's dead now.
Really?
Yeah, Auntie Thelma's dead, guys. And Uncle Fred, I think, might be dead. So
haven't been able to do check-in since.
No, I've been so upset.
Time off.
Not seen her for 15 years, but any excuse to not do check-ins. No, I got invited to the funeral. To be fair, my auntie messaged me, who I never speak to anyway. And she was like, "The funeral's on this day at this time," and I was like, I messaged my mum. I was like, "What do I say? Because I'm not going."
Yeah.
She was like, "Just say thanks for letting me know." So like, yeah, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, my Uncle Fred.
Yeah.
So Thelma and Fred, like the Flintstones.
Yeah.
I don't remember this, but apparently when we were younger, I feel like I might have told this story on the podcast, I don't know. When I was younger, we went round, and he was drunk, and he threw up into a pint glass. Like, he was that drunk, and then he drank it.
Why?
He was that drunk. I was that young, I don't remember, but like that's how he's known now. Is like, we don't go around there because he's just disgusting.
Yeah. Fairs.
It's my family guy.
Yeah. Explains
Any
a lot.
Any other family stories while we're here?
Not really. My family's tiny. I think I've said this on the podcast. It's my mum.
55 kilos.
Yeah, 55 kilos. Oh, yeah, my family's 55 kilos. Fuck them. No,
Hate them all.
Yeah, hate them all. God, talk to me with some respect. God damn it. No, my family's like literally. It's my granddad and my grandma's dead. My mum and my dad's dead. So my mum's alive.
A lot of dead.
Yeah, there's a lot of dead. Like, it is mad. Like, and then, like, to be fair, in 2018, my mum had a really, really bad brain aneurysm to the point where, like, they were like, she could probably die. And I was like, so I'm going to be an orphan at 19. It's class.
That.
Yeah.
That was like when we were just training together.
Yeah, that was. And then I remember, like, falling asleep after the call happened, after I had to, like, and then having to call loads of, like, places to find where she was. And then England were playing in the World Cup. So I was, like, watching the England game, but I was, like, calling places, like, being like, where is my mum? And the funniest thing was, and it's not even funny, I had to go down. I remember thinking, because I was the only person who knew, I have to tell everybody. So when I went to my granddad, Habs is in hospital. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, she's in hospital. And he was like, do you know where? I'm like, no. I was like, I'm trying to find. But it was like, I actually had to be quite responsible because you don't realise like something
stuff
like
that when you're young, like forces you to grow up quick, doesn't it?
Yeah. So that was an event. But yeah, other than that, like my auntie's still alive, but she's a bad.
Well, she's a dick.
Yeah, she's a dick. Have we spoke about her on the podcast before?
I don't know. What's her name again? Tam. She's a twat.
She is a proper twat. Like, I think Finn's probably understating how bad.
Oh, she's horrible.
Is. We trained in lockdown, and she used to. So I have like a big like family house. I don't. It's not me. It's my granddad. So it's like a family house, and she used to live like outside and like the annex / barn. I haven't seen her in. Honestly, I haven't spoke to her
since then.
I haven't spoke to her in like 3 years.
Yeah.
So she used to live like underneath like the arch, and we used to do bin dips. We used to do dips on the wheelie bins. And like the first time that Finn came round, she was like taking like photos,
the first time
videos.
I came round, she rang the police.
Called the police, being like, they're training, but we were training outside, and then eventually we just moved into the shed. So we were like doing deadlifts outside, and she was like taking photos.
I remember that first session. Yeah, Hubert was there.
Yeah. We did the deadlifts off the bricks.
Outside,
Do you remember? Yeah. And yeah, it was like.
Then we were like, this is gonna be good.
This is gonna be sick. So we were pretty much like, she called the police. She put us on Facebook, I think. She was like chatting to every single person in the village, being like, he's got someone coming round training, like, and then like it was just so odd. And then we'd be doing dips, and she'd like walk mid-set deliberately and try and like almost like not like knock over a bin, but she'd be proper like she'd open a door onto the bin, and like
we'd be like,
Yeah, they're just carrying on like, got reps to do. And it was just like, honestly, the amount I can't really sound like publicly the amount of stuff that she said, but it was awful. Like, and it's mad to think. But
those
again,
dogs used to scare me a lot.
yeah, she had two dogs. One was nice. One was like stupidly aggressive.
One of them, like every time I was around,
me.
I was like, it's gonna get me.
Yeah, like would show its teeth and like run at you. You'd be like, fucking hell. Like, I was literally thinking, I'm gonna kill that dog today. Like, that dog comes near me, I'm killing it. And yeah, it's funny because we've said it before. Like, family, you don't actually have to like them.
No, I have a client who I say this to a lot. I won't obviously name any names because it's personal, but
yeah,
I say it to him quite a lot. I say, like, as you get older, you kind of have the ability to choose your own family to an extent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, if I hated my family, I wouldn't see them at all or speak to them at all. Like, I'm at the point now where I'm old enough to live on my own, pay for everything myself. I know you're not, mate, but your mum does everything for you.
No, yeah.
But I'm able to do everything myself. Like, I don't rely on my family anymore.
No.
Like, it's lovely to still have them and have a relationship with them, and I do, and I'm really lucky to have a family that I'm close with. But if I wasn't, I wouldn't rely. I wouldn't even, to be fair, from the time I was like 16, I think I felt like that. Like, I felt like I was at a point where I can at least
function on your own.
Especially once I moved out. Once I moved to uni. Yeah. It was literally like, you know, like loads of kids when they go to uni, they go home every week. Like, I don't remember going home. I think I went home once every like blue moon, like I do now. You know, I go home like once every few months, like hardly ever. Like, and it was the same then when like most kids are like, I've got to go home and see my mum and dad.
I remember that like transition was so weird because I remember thinking to myself, like, as long as I've like got something that I can preoccupy myself when I'm not doing anything, so like a TV and a PlayStation, as long as I've got a gym membership and as long as I've got a car, or I can get to a gym, I'm sound. And like I remember like people, it's like people get scared. It's like, I was sound. Let's just go to a gym and train.
You get to a certain age. I remember there was a certain. It was almost like a switch that flipped, and I was like, I'm an adult now. I need to fend for myself. I think again, this is when I was probably like 16. I was making my own money and stuff, and I like wasn't asking my dad for a fiver to go to the shop. It was like, I make my own money now. I need to fend for myself. And I think some people still sort of feel like this person isn't that like by the like. I'm not saying that they're like that, but they have like some family issues and they let it stress them out a lot. And I'm like, you're getting old enough now to the point where you don't have to really like have a relationship with your family if you don't want to. Like, soon enough, when you're able to earn enough to have your own roof over your own head and like,
even that, and also like give back. Like, I don't think whenever I've ever gone out for food, my mum's hasn't bought me food when we've gone together in years or anything. We go to like,
it's nice to
like when we went to New York, that was literally like my sort of gift. Granted, she wanted more expensive flights so she could choose the time, so I was like, if you want them, you're paying for it. So she did. But like, I paid for the Airbnb, I paid literally for like all her sort of stuff. Granted, she'll chip in if it's like, let's say me, her and Sanaa and it's expensive, but like I always say to my mum, like, it's on me, that's cool, like it's fine, like
but even that, like, obviously that's because we're like in a financially stable position to do so. But even if you weren't, if you didn't have a good relationship with your mum,
you just wouldn't do that.
like you wouldn't, like now you wouldn't live with her because you've got the money to move out. Like, if you hated living at home, you just wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of people. Mate,
my insurance, my whatchamacallit, tax. I don't know if I can move out. I might just stay here.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, I might stay here for the next 2 years.
But I do think that is
so much money.
That is something that's quite good to chat about, because like people often do have family issues, but it's like, they're only a family because it's like blood. Like,
especially within bodybuilding, like not understanding.
Yeah, you get it a lot, don't you? Yeah. Like, my mum and dad don't understand if I'm eating my own food, or, you know, they get annoyed at me if I'm taking a meal out, and it's like,
do they get annoyed?
People do, yeah. Like,
would you know, like, say maybe not now, but maybe like 5 years ago, because again, my mum's lucky that
they just didn't understand. I think it's like when I first started getting into it, like obviously like my mum and like, especially like they'd almost think, oh, you know, is it all right? You sure it's good for you? Sure it's healthy? Like, they're just concerned. Like when you're taking creatine, or when you've got a big 5 kilo bag of cinnamon Danish coming up and you're gagging as you drink.
Yeah, or taking a gram of
sure
Tren.
It's healthy?
Just taking a gram of Tren. Like, it's a gram of Tren, mum.
Nothing wrong with it. Right? Everyone's doing it. Even that 55 kilo PT's doing it.
He's doing a gram of Tren and a kilo of weight. Mass gainer and shit himself constantly. That's what you do.
But like,
bodybuilding.
Obviously, when you start, it's just anything different, isn't it? If you got into any new hobby, like people that are close to you are going to be concerned.
Yeah.
But no, like, to be fair, my family have always been pretty supportive of it. But again, I've not needed their support. I've never asked for their support. I've never gone like, oh, mum, is it all right if I do this?
Yeah.
Is it all right if I do that? Like, I've never once needed their support. The only time I needed their support was when I was like 14 and my mum would have to take me and pick me up from the gym, because it was like a 15-minute drive away, like, and it would be like a 2-hour walk. So that was the only time that I actually needed it. Like, but again, since I was making my own money and stuff, like, you don't need their support. You do what you want to do, and ultimately your parents should let you do that. And if they don't, like, obviously it's difficult, but again, I'll have it with like clients who are like, well, my mum and dad say I've got to do this. It's like, you're 20 years old. Yeah. Like, I couldn't care less what your mum and dad say.
You're 37 years old.
Imagine. But, mate, I've had it before. Yeah. I tell you, I had a PT client who was like, hey mate, like, my mum's told me that I can't eat rice.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Or do you remember the, can you call my mum to say that I'm not like, do you remember that one?
Yes, he was odd. Can you call my mum because she's worried about my diet? And it was like,
getting too lean.
You're still really fat.
Yeah.
Like, you still had loads of fat to pull off. Like, it was like a mini cut. Yeah. And he was probably, if we're looking at like, if he was to do a DEXA scan, he'd be like 24%. Yeah. And he was like, my mum's getting really worried about me. And I was like,
I'm getting too skinny.
What? But no, I had a PT client who's literally, he'll have been like late 30s. Yeah. And he was like, hey mate, my mum told me that it's really bad for you to cook rice and then like refrigerate it and eat it. I was like, what? I was like, mate, I literally said to him, I was like, mate, you're like nearly 40 years old. Like, make your own decisions.
You're over the hill, mate. Why are you even worried about what your mum says?
Yeah, like you know? It's just like, what? Like, yeah, obviously there's like, it's a known thing that it's like, oh, you need to be careful with bacteria when you've cooked rice. But it's like, if you do it properly and once you've done it like a few times, you're not going to die. No. Like, yeah, it's... And even like now, like my mum and dad will say stuff to me, and I'm never rude to them because obviously I do respect them a lot. But like I will say to them like, that's just incorrect. Like if they'll say something that they think is correct, and I just know it's not, or like, you know, because they're your mum and dad, they think that they
know best.
Yeah, which they probably do in a lot of senses because they've got experience. Yeah. Like, which is fine. But there's also certain things where it's like they'll say something, and it's just behind the time. Yeah. Like, so they'll be like, oh, I don't know, be careful with this, or make sure you do that, and it's like, well, actually, like that's completely irrelevant in this day and age. Or you know, it's like if they were to be like, make sure that you practice your handwriting.
Like, if you were to eat loads of red meat, they'd be like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah, or like a lot of eggs. Like,
or watch your cholesterol.
Yeah,
you know, and stuff like that. I've always been lucky because like my mum's very much into like fitness and training and food and stuff. So like she never and also she's very open. She'd never be the person to shut something down. Yeah. Like, but then like my granddad, when I got my tan done for one of the shows, he looked at me. He was like, what are you doing? Yeah. Like, it was like pure disgust of like, what really are you doing? And then like I told him, and then like when I won the following day, I was like, oh, I won, and he was like, oh, well done. He was like, and I showed him some photos. He was like, good God. He was like, you're really skinny. And he was like, fair enough. He was like, cool, and he just walked off. And I was like,
you're definitely on steroids. He said.
Yeah, he was like, you're definitely on loads of gear. Yeah, you big gearhead. So yeah. That's that. But no, I think it's one of those. It's a good sort of topic to talk about because again, a lot of people deal with it in ways that, especially clients that we coach, like people that are late teens into their early 20s, where it's like almost pivotal point, and it's like
you have to go your own way to an extent. Yeah. Like you don't have to move out, but like you have to understand that you are an adult at that point, and you've got to make your own decisions, and at times as well have like hard conversations with your family where it's like, look, this is what I want to do. Yeah. Like, just because you're my parent doesn't mean I should live my life through what you want. Like, I remember when I stopped playing football, and I remember it was being like a bit of a, I didn't really want to tell my dad because I felt bad. It's like, because he'd like paid for loads of football trips growing up, and he'd always supported me. He was like a coach when I was growing up and stuff. I was like, oh shit, I don't really want to tell my dad that I'm stopping football for like getting into the gym. But then when I told him, he was like, yeah, Sam, do what you want.
I remember saying
he wasn't like, no, you can't do that. Like, it's not his life.
I remember saying to my mum when I started uni, because I was coaching like maybe 5 people, so I was adding like maybe 100, 200 quid, and she said to me like, you're gonna get a job when you're up there, and I was like, no, I'm gonna coach. And like, this isn't going to be a redemption story of like, proved her wrong, but she basically was like, oh no, but like, it's going to be expensive. You've got your loan, but you don't want to go too much into that. Like, you want to actually make a bit of an income, just get someone on the side. And I was like, I don't value like 4 to 6 hours of my time per week for 50 quid. I'd rather actually spend that time doing things that I want to do when I'm at uni, and also at the same time work on my coaching. And like, my mum fully supported that, but I remember like, she got a bit like, because I didn't view it. I'm not gonna say I'm being lazy. I'm going out partying. But she thought, oh, he's probably just gonna enjoy a uni lifestyle. I was like, no, I actually don't. I'm not gonna spend 6 hours of my time per week and get what minimum wage for that. So like 50 quid.
Yeah.
Like, so
you could like I was earning like not compared to now, obviously, but like at the time,
Yeah.
I was earning like over £1,000 a month when
Yeah.
I was at uni, and
Yeah.
like everyone at uni was like, "How are you not like skint? How are you not in your
Yeah.
overdraft?" I'm like, "Because I work all the time." Like,
No, that's not to say I was afraid of work. 'Cause I'd worked for her before. I'd done like little bits in here. I was really clever with my money, and I had enough money to be like, I can do a year or two of just like, let's say, living at the absolute basics, being extremely poverty ridden and just
crazy though,
relying
isn't it? Like,
upon
looking back,
kilos of weight. That
I was saying this to Shannon, like. It is true. Like the more money that you make, like the more financial stress you have.
Oh, I woke up this morning and I was like, motherfucker! I was down on this. I have to pay this, and I added up. And I'm not. This is literally what I did this morning. December and January, especially like this time, was like more so. A few clients left in December. It's been expensive times a year, and I looked at my Go cardless and I was like, okay, cool. I've actually not made more money this last month, and it's not all about money.
Yeah, but you usually see progression.
Yeah, but usually see progression, and I like thought to myself, motherfucker, I'm not making as much money.
Yeah.
And then I added up what it is over 12 months, and I was like, God.
Yeah, I know.
But like my
But the thing is
initial
as well,
reaction was, I'm broke. That's it.
Like I always think that as well. Like, I'm like, oh, cool, I earn this. No, I don't.
No, you don't.
The business earns that,
Yeah.
but I pay Noah, I pay Sam,
Yeah.
I have to pay for like VAT, etc.
Yeah.
Like it's not. It like I literally saying to Shannon, I was like, I feel like if you'd have told me like 5 years ago that I'd be earning what I am now,
Yeah,
I'd be like, what?
What?
Like, that's
I'm balling.
crazy.
Yeah.
But
Every
like,
month I just
now-
randomly stay on the same amount of money, and I'm like, how's that happening?
But now I feel like I earn less than back then. I remember back then thinking like if I got like a good month of like 1,500 quid when I was working at Next.
You get a 50. You look at your bank and you're a grand up.
Yeah.
Now it's like you get 5, and you look at your bank and you're the same. You're like, wait,
Because
what?
he's spending so much. Like, but yeah, it is what it is. And we're in like it's great. Like we're in a good position, but it is like something that I never thought I'd like really
Understand.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
But like again, I was literally saying to Shannon the other day, like this is kind of how we got onto it. So I remember when I moved to uni, every kid had an Apple Mac. Everybody had an Apple Mac laptop, and I didn't. Because my mum and dad, like, they could afford one, but they didn't want to.
Yeah.
Like, so they were like, right, we'll get you this. And it was like an iPad clipped onto a keyboard.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. And it was shit.
Yeah.
Like, it was maybe 150 quid or 200
Yeah.
quid. And it was, like, really slow. Constantly had to, like, wait for it to, like, sort itself out while everyone else was just cracking on. And I was saying to Shannon, like, looking back to that now, I think, why didn't my mum and dad just get me a Mac? Like, but then also, they didn't just have that disposable income to do it. Like... And like looking at where I'm at now, I think I'd just buy a Mac.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For everyone to just buy a Mac.
Yeah.
But I remember thinking like at the time, oh fucking hell, mum and dad should have just got me a Mac.
I remember like 2020, the first like I bought a Canada Goose jacket, and like I honestly went for like we went to London, and granted it's a materialistic item, you don't need a fucking jacket, but like I always wanted one, and I was like, oh, I want to get one, just it's cool. I've worked for like 6 months pretty hard, like I've saved enough money, and I remember like literally picking one up, and I was like, the camo one, I still got it now, I really like it, and I was like, I really like this jacket, I want to get it, but then I put it down, I was like, I need to think about it, and I went for like a walk around like 4 other shops, and it was on my mind like, how long is it going to take me, what have I got to do, is it worth it, and objectively no jacket is worth over £1,000. Nothing is worth, no materialistic item that you wear as clothing is worth anywhere close to that. But I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it, and it was I really liked it. Afterwards I was like, a cool jacket, but like looking back,
it's just like a reward system.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's one of those where like, again, I don't think you shouldn't. A lot of people say I'm not materialistic, and in reality, I don't think that should be the case. It should just be a case of what do you actually enjoy spending money on. Like, and if you, as long as it's not negatively harming you, like, if let's say for example, if I was to say to Finn, hey mate, I made X amount of money and 80% of it was went on the horses.
I'm in debt. Like,
the horses, and I'm in debt, and I got to pay my tax. Finn would be like, what the fuck are you doing? But like, if
I'm
I
like,
was,
don't worry, bro, I got loads of money. I'll sort you out.
But if I've just subscribed to loads of girls' OnlyFans.
Which ones?
Which ones?
See if we've got the same.
It'll be like, show me which one's top trumps. I got this girl, you got this girl, and compare. But no, it's like there's things to spend your money
Shannon,
on.
if you're watching, I don't have any. I promise.
Neither do I.
What are you telling Shannon?
Yes, she'd be disappointed in me.
She would.
So now I already know she hates me.
It's like that story that the Josh Croggan story.
Yeah,
we won't go into it.
No, but yeah, I think it's one of those where like you just want to look upon outgoings, and it's like as long as you're good with them and you're happy, sound cool. There's Finn's opinion on a car about 4 years ago or 3 years ago, biggest waste of money ever.
My opinion is still the same.
And Finn, but then also like you can appreciate a cool car.
Yeah, my opinion on the car is it was never like it's the biggest waste of money. It was just like I've never really understood how people
chase cars.
Yeah, and like they're so like obsessed with it, and then they'll buy a brand new car, and within, let's say, they'll sell it on in like 3 years, and it's lost like 20 grand, and then, and it's just like, it's like, if you've got that money, fair play, and obviously a lot of people have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never really understood that. But then likewise, like now, if I was to sell my car, I'd lose on it, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's fucking cool.
Yeah, and also M2 comps, any competition, BM usually hold their price quite well.
How do they?
Yeah, because they're quite rare, especially the all black ones.
Apart from yours now, it's been written off and put together. Is it what, Cat D?
Yeah, no, it's not Cat D.
Cat C?
Cat C. No, it's not Cat anything.
Cat B?
It's fine.
Cat A?
I don't know.
Don't know what they
Yeah,
mean.
I don't even know what they
Right,
are.
let's wrap it up.
Right, cool. There we go. Hope everyone's enjoyed. Bit of a weird one. Spoke about Glasgow being a bit of a shithole. Spoke about Yemi and my bent over Rose. Then we spoke about families, and then we also spoke about money. There we go. Like literally the pillars of life:
Everything.
Family, money, Yemi Rose,
Yemi,
and
Yemi's a pillar.
Yemi. Yeah, man. That's it. That's that. Hope everyone's enjoyed. Any questions? As always, we leave a question box on the day that we do them. Usually it's Thursday or Wednesday. To be fair, it's going to be alternating moving forward, most likely. And we're now going to get into the questions. If you are liking this and you want to watch more, click subscribe. Get us to 550. That'd be great. Road to 1,000 subs is on. Yeah, that'll be that. See you later, guys. Bye bye.